are back. When we last left off, I got my ass stomped. We were having a nice little conversation. I really hope you're paying attention to these in order, because I do not have the ability to make a super long, hour and a half long video where I talk about all this stuff. I have to do it in little jumpy portions, and I'm not going that way because that's stupid. There's no point in going that way if I'm going to fight the pursuer. Also, I need to change my gear and stuff, but I'll do that in a minute once I get somewhere just a little bit more safe. I liked the idea of my Super Dex Mage before, but without playing a co-op thing, since it doesn't really want to let me connect to online, it's kind of forcing my hand into doing something else. I don't have a way around it. I kind of have to, because the full Dex Mage is not a main player by any means. It's not what he's good at. He's a great supporting role, for sure. But that's all he's great at. And it sucks, but that's life, I guess. Yeah. Oh my god. I fucking hate everything right now. I'm probably gonna die here. You know what? I've accepted it. Yeah. Yeah. I went and pissed off enemies that I wasn't ready to fight. And if there's one thing you never do on Dark Souls, you never run away. Because their aggro is ridiculous. Like, so ridiculous. So when we left off, I was talking about the memories that were brought up by, playing Dark Souls, and the kind of toll that it takes on my psyche to do that. And it's not an easy thing for me to do by any means. I mean, if we're being honest, it's actually quite hard for me to do. I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time properly articulating myself. I do need to go. I'm probably gonna swap over to a strength wizard because it's something that I know and I can do. I like strength more than dex, I guess. I don't like smacking heavily armored shit 1,000 times. I can't put up with it. It's just not something I can do. And I'm sorry if that upsets you for whatever reason. But it's not part of my playstyle. It's not something I can bring myself to do. For any reason. It's just, I refuse to play like that. That's why I try to build damage over everything else. Damage is my friend. I like damage. Also, I'm gonna pop an effigy real quick. So, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. I'm trying to both talk about me and the game at the same time, and it's kind of hard. I do want to keep having this talk, though. Not talk, since I'm the only one talking, but, lecture. That's what it is. It's more of a lecture. Oh no, you fuckbag. I've not been watching my stamina, it's getting me killed. There we go. Get a nice crit shot in there. Backstab. Those are always good. Bash him with the fucking axe. I don't have very good weaponry, is all. The axe is slow. The daggers don't do any damage. It's just... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to bring my staff over here. And I'm actually going to use it as a primary weapon. That's how I'm going to solve this problem. Because, in case you didn't know, you're more than allowed to bash people in the face with your staff. And it even does respectable damage. Now, sorry about my cough again. More so than just good and bad memories that come up, I would say probably none of the memories are bad. I remember my time playing quite fondly. And I think it has to do with, I do suffer from depression. That's a fact. It's something I've come to notice, and I'm getting over it. I'm working through it. But stupid pursuer. But I can't help but think about, like, when I was younger and I played, like, Ratchet and Clank Deadlock with my best friend in the world, Brandon. You know, that was a fond memory, and I can't recreate that kind of stuff now. I think, because I've been unemployed for quite some time now. Mostly because I didn't really care. And also partially because my car's in the shop, but that can be worked around. Like, I can get other rides. That's not my only option, as I'm sure you know, or anyone knows that. I mean, there's other ways around that. But oh, you fucker! He cursed me. If you don't know what cursing is, all it does is it counts. It treats your health bar like you died. That's what it does. And that is a move that I do not see very often. I've actually only ever seen that move twice, and once was not even in my playthrough. Not the curse move, the double stab slash thing that he did. I'm sorry, I do kind of have to focus when fighting these bosses, only a little bit, but it does cause me to blank out sometimes because of the level of concentration. But back to ow. Well, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try a new strategy. I'm gonna go get a different sword that I think will do a little better. And I guess, I mean, if I lose the $5 grand, I lose the $5 grand. I don't care. That's not even my problem, or that's not even what I was worried about, really. Also, in case you're curious, I never use ultra great swords. So, if you're ever going to suggest that I use an ultra great sword, the answer is no, I will not. I refuse to use them. They are, yes, admittedly, they do good damage. Damage is not, I did say I like to stack damage over pretty much everything else. But that's pretty much, and it's to an extent. Because I will sack damage because sometimes you just need a little bit of speed with your strike. And during those times, like, I'll use a greatsword. I don't have anything against a greatsword, but an ultra greatsword, not my cup of tea. Ow, 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 ow. Jesus. God, that guy's vicious. So again, back to what I was saying. I very fondly remember my childhood and when I was younger and all that stuff. But I don't, like, I sold a lot of my games from when I was younger. So when I start to feel that nostalgia, I can't just go play the game and bring it back. I'm forced to just kind of sit around and deal with it. You know, like, let's take a game, for example. It was a game that I used to have, and it was called, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. I don't know which one that is. It's, I don't know, like 3 or 4 or something, or maybe even just number 2. I don't even know, because there's so many Ratchet and Clank games. Also, I don't really like the hand axe because it's kind of slow. Like I was saying earlier, I kind of like the faster swing time, or lower swing time, but faster swing. But I can get around it, I guess. And hi there. Back to the whole unemployment thing. I've mostly, like, a big chunk of it as I got my first job when I was 15, and I got it at McDonald's, and I worked there for 2 years, okay? And I worked at a particularly shitty McDonald's. Like, it was extremely busy. It was never not busy in this McDonald's, okay? It was right next to an interstate, and it was conjoined to a truck stop, and we were always understaffed, and we were always super busy, and working at this truck stop was a living hell. It was quite frankly awful. It was just the worst thing anyone ever had to deal with, ever. And after 2 years of it, and of course, you know, you also get paid garbage there. And you just do. It's a fact. They don't pay you good at all. Like, you get minimum wage until you get a promotion, and then you get your promotion raise. My point being, I was a crew trainer in everything but official rank. I had a crew trainer uniform. I had the crew trainer skills. I am certified as a crew trainer for McDonald's. I'm done with the classes. The only thing that didn't happen was the GM, Omar, would never actually say, okay, you're a crew trainer, here is your uniform. You know, he would never actually give me the promotion. And I was only making like $7.65 or something after 2 years of working there. Starting now is $7.50 there. Starting used to be $7.25. And I started at the $7.25 and was making, let's see here. You get a raise every January if you do good enough. You get between nothing and a quarter for your raise every January after your performance review. And so my first performance review, I got a modest raise. Not even modest, actually. I did damn good, and I got a great raise. I got 20 cents out of 25. That was pretty good. I mean, I was all but perfect. No, I was all but exceptionally above and beyond. That's the only way you get a quarter. You just gotta be so absurdly awesome that they can't deny that you earned the quarter. Like, my brother got the quarter. He was an 18-year-old manager that was running the crew trainer program by himself. That's pretty impressive. I think he earned his damn quarter. But, so, I have a habit of going a little bit too in-depth with my stories, and I do apologize for that if it bothers you, and if that's something you really like, then you're welcome. But, anyway, the point is I quit. And then, so I quit in, March, maybe, and then I just kind of went through school for April and May. And then in June, I had my graduation party. That was like June 6th or something, I think. And I had my graduation party, and then a little while after that, I got a job at Subway. Right next to the McDonald's. Mostly as a big fat fuck you to Omar. Because haha bitch, now I'm working for your opponent. Plus, Subway started me out at $9 an hour. Like, that's kind of hard to argue with. Especially considering I had zero training. I worked there for 2 days. I worked, literally I worked Saturday and Sunday. Because I started on a Saturday. That Saturday, decided that I absolutely hated it. And that I couldn't put up with it anymore. And so I quit. I quit quick, fast, and in a hurry. And the only reason I worked Subway, the only reason I worked Sunday, the second day that I worked there, is because a friend of mine asked me to work so that he wouldn't have to come in the morning to cover my absence. And I said okay, and I worked that last day for him as just a courtesy to him, and then I left Subway never to return. Very soon after that, I want to say it happened, not in July, but, either August or September. I don't really know for sure. I spent a little bit unemployed just because I was having trouble getting a job. I tried getting a job at O'Charlie's. I tried to get a job at Arby's. I tried to get jobs at a lot of different places, but for whatever reason, nobody wanted to call me back. Even so, Hi, I forgot to take into account the time frame for last video, so if it ended kind of abruptly, actually, you know what, ignore that, it wasn't last video, it's just the first part of this video. Duh. So, if the transition makes it weird, then I'm sorry, because the SHAREfactory on the PlayStation 4 automatically adds in little transitions in between the clips. I'm hoping that I did it in such a way that it's not going to turn out too bad. I don't know for sure. There's nothing I can do. I can't turn off the transitions. I've tried. They're forcing me to put up with them. But, so I'm sorry if it's in an annoying position or whatever. Now, unfortunately, the cutoff there and me getting that set back up and everything cost me my train of thought. So now I'm going to have to stand here for a second while I think and figure out what I was talking about. Oh, right, my job situation. So, I wasn't getting any jobs, and then finally I managed to get a job at Zaxby's. And they also started me at like $9 an hour or something, or maybe it was just 8. Whatever the case, it was good pay and I was happy with it. Whoa. Sorry. After a couple days of or not a couple days, I'm sorry. Let me give myself a little bit more credit than that. After a week or two of working at Zaxby's, I decided that, you know, I didn't really like it. And we were nearing October at this point. Actually, we might have even been in October, to be honest. And you know, it's something that it wasn't for me. Mostly, I think, because we didn't have a GM, we had a DM. So instead of having a general manager for the store, we had a district manager from the company come in and play as being the GM. And she's like the kind of boss that I can't put up with. Like, she's like, I tell you to do something, you do it because I said, not because I'm gonna tell you and it's gonna make sense to do, no. And she's also the kind of, she's like a hypocrite boss. Like, she will be all up your ass about your uniform, but then she'll come in wearing a tie-dye shirt and sandals and booty shorts, which is not only against the rules, it's a very clear health and safety violation, because her little cute flip-flop sandals that aren't even cute, they aren't non-slip. But she just annoyed me to the point that I was like, yeah, look, I'm sorry, Amber, but I can't do this. And I ended up leaving. I didn't just drop out like I did on Subway, because Subway pissed me off because they didn't train me at all. Like, they were like, here's how the register works, now go make some fucking sandwiches. And I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck you guys too then. And, so that was the end of that with Subway, like, real quick. I'm glad to kill this guy. I don't like him. He's annoying to deal with. So yeah, we're fine for time. I'm not, actually, I might make his sword. If his sword is a great sword, I'll make it. Actually, I might make his shield. I like his shield. It's pretty good. But I also like the Dragon Leg shield. It's a pretty nice shield. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. We'll figure it out. Ow. Fucking asshole. I hate these guys with their long-ass pole arms and shit. They exist just to piss me off. I am fully confident that they exist for the sole purpose of pissing me off. And also, we're gonna come down here and get, like, the shield that I use all game. I love the shield. The Dragon Leg shield is an amazing shield. I would even argue that it's the best shield in the game. But, that aside, it's kind of irrelevant, what shield we have. As long as it blocks 100% of physical damage, that's all I really care about. It's a pretty light shield that has decent stability. You can block a pretty good amount, pretty good chunk of stuff with it. Also, I know I was going to do Dex Sorcerer, and that's how I was going to do Strength Sorcerer. I'm probably going to balance my character. I can't help it. I won't go super over-leveled like I normally do. I'll just have a nice, balanced guy. And I might even abandon sorcery. I don't know, I really like sorcery. It's really strong in this game. But, I need to continue on with my train of thought. I spend a lot of time at home. Because, again, my car's in the shop, so... My car's in the shop, and I'm unemployed, so it makes it kind of difficult to go anywhere, really. But... I find that... it doesn't matter too much. Or it didn't matter too much. I was content to sit at home. But... something changed. One of my fundamentals changed. I don't know, something about me is fundamentally different now. I can't, like, I used to just sit at home and I would do my little chores, and, oh, I'm glad they gave you the dull ember there, I forgot about that. For those of you who don't know, you used to have to get the dull ember way later in the game than you actually get to the point where you can use it. With the blacksmith up there that I'm not going to go talk to right now because I don't care. I'm actually just going to jump to Majula real quick. So anyway, I used to be able, I would get up in the morning, morning-ish. I would get up somewhere, I don't know. Whenever I worked, I had to get up early, you know, like 5 or 6. So when I don't have to work, I take advantage of the fact that I can sleep in, and I do, and I sleep in until about 10 or so. On average. That used to be because I had picked up a habit of just sleeping on the living room couch. Not because there was anything wrong with my room or anything, just because it's something I did. And my mom watched TV in the morning while I was asleep on the couch. And I don't like Ellen. Like, I don't have anything against Ellen per se. I just don't like to watch her show. I don't necessarily know if it's her or me or just something about her show or what. I don't know. Also, we're leveling up again. And I'm upgrading my Estus Flask because I happen to be here. So I would get up at around 10, you know, and then I would do my chores. I would clean the kitchen, vacuum, go collect wood for the fire. You know, whatever I needed to do. Sometimes I go for a run. Sometimes I go do other miscellaneous shit. I do whatever I do. And then I would sit down, turn on a video game, and just play. And for a while, I could get away with that. It was something I could do. Maybe it's because my PS3 stopped playing discs, and that really limited what I could play, because I have a lot of PlayStation 3 discs that I just can't play anymore. I'm restricted to only downloads in PS4. And I'm sure that makes an impact, because I am the kind of person that'll play a game until I can't stand it anymore, and then move on to the next game. And it's just gotten to the point where I don't really want to play anything anymore. To be honest, like, I really don't. And I think that I think that's because the boy that I was a gamer through and through. And the man that I am is not. The man that I've become is not a gamer. Just I'm not so much. No, okay, that's not a fair statement. I'm a gamer. I'm totally a gamer. I love to play games. I'm good at games. I enjoy them. I love games. But maybe it's because my tastes have changed. Maybe I don't know. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. It's just maybe I need something new to play. I've played everything, you know? Like, I've played the fuck out of some Dark Souls to the point where it's only fun, really, if I have someone to play with and talk to. It's the same way with, like, Evolve. I can kind of play Dragon Age just because there's so much in Dragon Age that I haven't done. And there's, I don't know, there's just a lot left in Dragon Age for me to do, so I'm kind of okay with that. Plus, it's been a while since I've played it, and I never really did play that one in super chunks anyway. I just kind of played it every now and again. Also, we're at 10 minutes now out of 15 for this video, so I will be wrapping this up soon. I'm sorry we didn't get very much accomplished in this video, but I really enjoyed getting a chance to talk, and that's part of why I do this as well. I don't want my attunement up, I wanted my endurance up. And to be honest, guys, I lost my train of thought, is what I did. I'm sorry, give me just a moment here. I'll get it back in a second. I will. Seriously. Shit. I'm so bad about that. And I really am so sorry about that, guys. Okay, so, you know, I used to play Battlefield 4 on the PS3. But here lately, well, actually, in fairness, I've kind of been antsing to play Battlefield a little bit. But, like, Call of Duty. Let's take Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a good old-fashioned game that brought me hours of entertainment. You know, I started playing Call of Duty when I was a little kid, when they first came out with the Call of Duty games for the PlayStation 2. You know, like the campaign-only shit. Without any of the fancy stuff. You were just soldiers, and that's all you were. I mean, you were good soldiers, yes, but you were soldiers. You were just soldiers in the army. You weren't any kind of special forces or anything. It was just Call of Duty. And I loved that version of Call of Duty. That one was always my favorite, and it always will be. Not that one. Actually, my favorite Call of Duty out of all of them always has been, always will be Call of Duty World at War, which is Call of Duty 5, and it's my favorite Call of Duty. Here's my problem. No one's coming out with anything new. Not only are they not coming out with anything new, but they're overplaying stuff too much. Okay, do you know how long it's been since Sony has made a siphon filter game? It has been a very, very long time. And for the record, guys, I would adore for Sony to see this, because I would love for them to have this idea. I'm just bad about pitching ideas to people. Also, I came over here to fight because I didn't want to just have empty talking. Whoa, you're fucking angry! Holy shit! I've never been insta-aggro by this fuckboy before. Okay, that's new. Okay, I'm gonna run. Holy shit. Okay, that was scary as hell. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Hopefully I can finish this before the video ends. Actually, you know what? I don't have time. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to show the... I'm dead. Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to show the love with a like. And, subscribe to the channel for more content. I try to upload every day. I don't always manage to. I tend to avoid weekends as well, just as a little heads up. But you can always follow me on Twitter at TriscuitWarrior, and I do post out whenever videos come up, whether it's a bulk update for a bunch or one at a time. It kind of depends on the magnitude of the importance of the videos. But we're going to leave off here. I think we might do one more, because I'm not quite done talking yet, and I really want to finish this right now, while it's fresh on my mind. So we're going to pause it here, and we'll pick up.